Minnesota Vikings got their next franchise quarterback in JJ McCarthy, who reminds us of this NFL legend.
The rest of the league done up, and here's 3 reasons why.
Number 3.
Who can throw it, lobs it back to McCarthy, who has to retreat to make a one-handed grab. McCarthy in trouble. Here's JJ. Let's it go. Touchdown. They want to go deep after the takeaway, and they do go deep. Robin Wilson. Bell one in motion. Design run for McCarthy. JJ McCarthy.
4-man rush on 3rd and 25. Out of the pocket, McCarthy keeps the play alive. Long throw across the field. He drives it in.
Despite what some may think, JJ McCarthy has all the tools necessary to be a franchise-level quarterback at the NFL, destroying all concerns of lack of arm strength at his pro day where he was tossing 60-yard bombs like it was nothing, as you can see right here.
Proof is in the pudding, as he had the 2nd highest throwing velocity at the combine, clocking in at a ridiculous 61 miles per hour. Not only does he have a pro-ready arm, he clocked in the 7th fastest 3-cone drill regardless of position, showing the elite level athleticism he brings to the field.
Now starts to scramble, squares his shoulders. McCarthy, nobody to throw it to. Finally gets rid of a Durrani Bell.
His combination of arm strength, athleticism, and accuracy have led him being one of the best quarterbacks in this class with throwing on the run. This dime is only one example of what NFL defenses are about to experience.
Out of the pocket and launches. End zone, Wilson.
All of this, and this kid just turned 21 years old, so he still has plenty of room for development, if he needs it.
Number 2.
JJ McCarthy looking over the middle, caught, touchdown
Malik Hartford 25 and Denzel Burke, great coverage, but watch this ball goes right between them.
But he's been the biggest cheerleader for everybody else throughout the process. McCarthy dialing up a deep ball down the field. Oh, it's caught.
McCarthy drops the feet, surveying end zone, touchdown run.
One of the first things you notice about JJ is his confidence in the pocket and his ability to sense pressure and escape to extend plays, something we didn't get from past quarterbacks, not to mention any names.
Plus, McCarthy spent 3 seasons in Jim Harbaugh's pro-style Michigan offense, showing elite footwork and uncanny accuracy. As you can see in his 2023 season, McCarthy had a 72.1 completion percentage, where he put up 22 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions, and a 116.6 passer rating. He also had a 93.1 deep grade, if you had any concerns about his arm strength.
Even though JJ is young and played in a run-first offense, he is far more pro-ready than people think, and don't be shocked if he starts year 1 and cooks. Yo, we appreciate y'all for tapping in. If you think JJ McCarthy is going to be the next franchise quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings, let us know in the comments. And if you can do us a huge favor, hit that like and subscribe. Now let's get back to the number 1 reason why we think JJ is going to be the future of the Vikings. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Number 1.
Wait till everybody gets loaded. JJ McCarthy. See him throw in person. When they watch him run, they see the athleticism. How this young man is wired.
His number 1 thing is he wanted to win.
Coaches called you the greatest college quarterback to ever play at Michigan. What do you think you are?
I think I'm JJ McCarthy, kid from LaGrange Park, Illinois, that's just trying to be the best he could possibly be every day. That's all I think of myself as.
I just want you to know that the most important stat of a quarterback is wins and losses. Tom Brady, yeah, obviously he's got great stats, but his most important stat is that 7 rings he's got on his fingers.
The Minnesota Vikings select
JJ McCarthy.
There's a lot to like about McCarthy. I mean, it gets tough. He's a great leader. He's an alpha guy. Players love him. His teammates love him. And he makes a lot of good decisions.
The way I view the game of football is, winning's the ultimate thing you strive for. And, I'm a believer every place I've been. It's the ability to attract winning. That's a byproduct of what you do on a day-to-day basis.
It's winning football, and it's the type of thing that JJ McCarthy has really strived to do his whole football career and been successful at every level.
Tom Brady, just watching him week by week and seeing him play the game within the game and find the little nuances in the defense that he took advantage of. Just everything about his play and his mentality and his leadership is something that I try to emulate.
That's what makes him a once-in-a-generation type of quarterback.
There's one thing nobody can dispute about our future franchise quarterback. It is his unbelievable drive to win. Kirk, what are you doing here? I said win. No. Get out of here. There. That's the guy we're looking for.
JJ's a natural-born leader who went 27-1 during his time in Michigan, winning a national championship, and he has done nothing but win big games since high school. This is why his best NFL comparison by far is no other than Michigan's second-best quarterback of all time, the one, the only, Tom motherfucking Brady.
All right, Jamie, it might be a little early for that comparison, but under the coaching of Kevin O'Connell, the sky really is the limit for Jonathan James McCarthy. And one thing is for certain. He has the most important trait, something you cannot teach, a winning mentality. So again, making the comparisons to Tom Brady and all that, at this point in his career, it's too soon, right? But there really is a lot to like about this kid. And with JJ McCarthy, for me, when the whole draft process started, I was one of those fans that just looked at the stats and I'm just like, he's at 80-yard passing game, so that just screamed game manager to me. But you were the one before we started digging into the tape. You watched him before me. And you were the one that just said, look, like just watch him. And I think you'll if you watch him and you don't pay attention to the stats, you'll come away a lot more impressed. What was it that really stuck out to you about JJ McCarthy?
The thing with me is I wasn't really paying attention to his throws as much, even though that's a really important thing as a quarterback. But just watching him behind the pocket and 21 years old and seeing how comfortable, how smooth his footwork is in the pocket. And of course, me, and I've met anyone that watches our show, like I'm definitely a guy who loves the idea of a quarterback that can escape the pocket and extend plays with their arms. Obviously, we took a dig at Kirk Cousins. Probably not going to keep doing that. You know, we like Kirk Cousins. The whole Michael Penix thing, he's got enough going on in his life for us to keep poking at him the way we do sometimes. But either way, like that's what we're talking about. Like I love having a guy that can get out of the pocket and to feel the pressure, and that's what he does. He has that sixth sense, kind of like the Mahomes thing, kind of like the Caleb Williams thing, where he can go and make plays that way. So I really like that. But more than anything, it was his confidence. It was confidence, like I'm going to win this game, and you could see it on tape. This is before me really diving deep and understanding how big of a winner he actually is. And that's the biggest thing with him is his winning. And this is the reason why, like we talk about all these high expectations with Tom Brady and all these things. Obviously it's a joke, but the thing about him is it's exciting. It's just exciting for Vikings fans because it's the first quarterback we've picked in the top 10. We might have a real chance to have this guy as our future quarterback. And what are the chances? I mean, a lot of times pretty slim. But the thing that's so intriguing about JJ McCarthy is that he has so much unknown. It's that big, as bad as that big question mark, can he really open an offense is, it kind of comes back with so much like, what can he actually be? Because at the very least, he's confident, he's a winner, he can handle pressure, he's accurate, he's clutch on third down, has all these intangibles that you want from a quarterback, things you can't teach. He's athletic, he has a big arm, 61 velocity, all those kinds of things he has. So at the very lowest, he has all the things you want in a quarterback that you can't teach. And this is an example of something that you just don't know. And Kevin O'Connell, I mean, you got to be licking chops a little bit here, being like, what do we have in this kid? Because no one knows. And that's the scary part of picking him. I know it, but still, at the end of the day, like, he could be your franchise quarterback. He has the tools to do it. And
right, for sure. And when it comes to that, like, but the thing is, you don't want to rush him out there too early, right? And that's kind of the big concern. Like you said, he is 21 years old. He has Kevin O'Connell has a lot of room to sculpt this kid really into what he wants him to be. And the thing that I love the most is the reports coming out that Kwesi, Kevin O'Connell, and the coaching staff have done studies on what can happen when you put a quarterback in too early. And you don't need to do studies. You can just watch. And even like casual fans know like it's never a good thing. So I like the idea that Kevin O'Connell, from what it sounds like, has these sets of benchmarks. And until he reaches those benchmarks, he's not going to let him start or let him get in the games or what have you. And I think what I saw a really interesting thing I saw it on Twitter. I don't remember whose podcast was they're talking about this. And they said it's not, because people have been talking like, will Sam Darnold lose the job? And they said it's not going to be to the point where Sam Darnold loses the job. It's going to be JJ McCarthy taking the job from him. And I think that's the most important thing here. It's like, because I know if we put Sam Darnold or Nick Mullins out there, that's the thing. If Sam Darnold doesn't play well, you can put Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins has at least operated this offense before, put up 400 yards in games, dumb turnovers, whatever. But one of the things is, like, if we start off 0-4, there's going to be boos. There's going to be chance for JJ McCarthy. Social media is going to erupt. So it's really going to be telling that Kevin O'Connell it's going to be telling if he puts JJ McCarthy in there before he's ready. And I think Kevin O'Connell, and I think he's going to do this because he's shown to do it in the past. I do think he's going to stick to his guns. I think he's going to go with his gut, and he's not going to rush JJ McCarthy. But who knows? I would not be surprised if week 1 or at some point during the season, JJ McCarthy wins the job. And I really expect it to happen.
Yeah, and you make great points here. You should not rush him if he's not ready. He's young, 21 years old. He has no reason to be rushed yet into the NFL. But of course, if his talent is undeniable, he's a lot further along than everybody expected. Let him start week 1. If he's ready to, let him. If he's not, don't force it. We're cool with letting him sit. I don't want him to sit for a whole year, but just you don't want to ruin this kid, which I don't think you will, because he has all the things you want. And that's one thing also that needs to be mentioned here, because he is coming from a pro-style offense. I think he's going to be ready, a lot more ready than people think, but he's coming from a Harbaugh offense that run first, and now he's coming to as pass happy of an offense as it possibly gets in Kevin O'Connell's. And I just think there's going to be a big learning curve for going from that play style to Kevin O'Connell's, especially since that is ultimately the question that is being answered here, whether he can open up an offense. And if he comes in and he shows that right away, let him start and let him be our free true quarterback here.
And worst case scenario, I'm confident he could at least come in, distribute the football, operate the offense. But until he really develops fully, Kevin O'Connell isn't going to let him do what Kirk Cousins did and check plays at the line and do all that type of stuff. So there's a development curve here, but JJ McCarthy's shown in the past he can do anything he wants to, and I think he's going to get there.